All right. We are back here in the Rock Cave. It's 4:40 in the morning, and we're having some vodka sodas right here.
Not so much. It might be the night before.
Yeah. All right. We are here in the Rock Cave with Paul Chabot. Paul.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I am back again. Sorry, guys.
Frank Sassano was on
past Friday,
for Judas Priest, and he's a 5-timer. I was like, I think you and Paul are neck and neck.
So does this put me over again?
Well, I don't know. Are you 5 or 6?
I still don't have a coat. I know that.
Yeah, with that velvet jacket.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll figure that out. But anyway, welcome back to the cave, dude.
Thanks.
What's up?
Happy to be here. Oh, yeah. Same old stuff. It's been a while, but here to catch up on follow-up.
Yep.
Part number 2, maybe, of our Woodstock Chronicles. So for the 4 or 5 people that watched the first episode, they can stick around and see if they want to watch the rest of this one.
That sounds awesome. And just to warn people, this is going to be a long episode. It's we're looking at 16, 17, 19, 20-minute episode because that's what we do.
Right. You might want to catalog it for them in the opening. This is where the show actually starts after Paul and Mark stop.
Yeah, poor Frank, I didn't divide it up, and so people were subjected to an 18-minute straight episode. But this time I'm going to remember to divide it up into something or something, whatever. Yeah,
chapterize it or something.
So for those of you not in the know who don't remember, Paul came on for Woodstock '94. You were at '94.
Yeah,
you weren't at '69.
No,
you weren't.
It was not.
But you were at '94. Yeah. And we did an episode on that, and I said we're going to come back for Woodstock '99 because you went back for that. So I don't know how long ago we did that, but it wasn't that long ago. It was in the last year. So you are back to talk about Woodstock '99. Background: you went to '94.
Yes,
which was, aside from parking issues and
lots of rain,
and mud, the mud people,
mud
slinging. Not just, but it was the weather that was the issue.
More than anything, weather and traffic, right? So you parked far away, had to figure out all these, go back and watch it, guys. But it was difficult to get there, difficult to get home. And we ended up being in a tent up in the hills, which was great because the rain all went downhill and everybody was stuck. We were doing good far away. So lesson learned, which will become important in this one too, do not put your tent anywhere in the festival near the stages.
Got it. So after '94, you're like, I'll do that again.
Because it was fun.
They're what was it, the 50th anniversary of Woodstock in 99?
99,
79, 89, 99, 40th, yeah. 40th anniversary.
Told there'd be no math.
Oh, that's right. Math is hard. So they said, you know what, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
But this time we're going to do it bigger or better. So let's do it in Rome, New York.
Correct.
Right? At was it an Air Force base or an Army base?
Yeah, an old air base, yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, we're going to do it there. It's perfect. They already have buildings. They already have everything we need. They already have a place for a hospital, is what they were saying in the documentary, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Right.
They're like, this is where we're going to do it. And they said, we're going to do it here. And it was a giant base, right? So then they said, all right, we're doing this. And we
got fences already put up.
Yeah, right. So because the problem was, it was 94, people broke in, and a quarter of the people are half saw it for free.
On paper, not bad idea.
Perfect idea.
Yeah.
So you sign up, and you're like, I'm going again.
Absolutely. So me and my buddy Chris, who I'd gone to a lot of concerts with at the time, Chris, just to set the stage, is about 6'5", 270 pounds ripped.
I mean, you're 6'3". Yeah, right. So you're not
getting older.
Well, yeah, that's right.
So we're two pretty big guys. We're all psyched to go to this thing and have another blast at the next festival. And there was more. You could tell from the not agenda, but the bands list. It was definitely more of a hard rock, heavy metal thing. This was not. Your father's Woodstock, if you will, right?
Right. So, because there were small children at the original Woodstock in 1969. There were babies there.
Well, there were some kids at 94 as well.
Oh, okay.
99, not so much.
So think about the music scene in 99. It is interesting. We're going to go over a lot of the bands here, but 99, we're talking heavy music was happening in the 90s, and there was a lot of angry music out there. We've been talking about that.
Right.
Because this was not dragging up like Aerosmith or Tom Petty. There's none of that.
No Peter Gabriel this time.
Right. No Peter Gabriel. Right. This was some serious band. So what could go wrong if you invite 250,000 people in the middle of Rome, New York, on an Air Force base in summer in 100-degree heat
and play
angry music for 3 days.
I think, again, before it started, they didn't think it was going to be this bad, but this was like a powder keg of disaster just waiting to happen, and it did blow up, and we'll get into that.
All right, so you get in a car and you drive, and you've learned some lessons on where to park. So you
buy the parking pass, park right up next to the
Where's
gate.
your pass? You got your pass with you?
It's in there somewhere. I don't know. Here we go. Probably,
yeah.
But so I wasn't going to deal with the bus system, so pay an extra $25, which at the time felt like a lot, and park right on the base. So life is good. Grab your bags and go through this wall. Something that like Trump's been trying to do all the way around the space and prettied it up in the whole bed. And you're like, okay,
they painted it like peace, love.
It looks for real though. You know what I mean? A little bit more serious than it was before, and a little bit more put together to start with on Friday when we got there.
Okay, so
then,
so you walk through the pearly gates.
Correct, and with our lessons learned, we take a hard right, get far away from everything, and set up the tents. In the, what do they call it?
Oh, yeah, it shows the map of what they said you would be setting your tents up in.
We're setting up in the camping under the trees, this area.
Oh, a nice shady glen. So,
yes. So you think, this is the wrong side. You think it would be nice, but honest to God, guys, there's a picture in here, maybe we'll find it in a second, but there's like only 2 trees in this entire, here you go. 10 under, here, these are the only trees in the entire
That's the camping under the trees. 2 trees.
Yeah, well.
I mean, 2 trees is plural.
Plural is tree, exactly.
Right. So the map makes it look like there's a whole lot of trees.
Not so much. Not so much.
Yeah.
But, all right, so we park ourselves there, and this was Friday afternoon-ish, I guess it was.
Yep.
And excited to, go out and start
set up your tent and
go see
some bands. So, like, who'd you see on Friday?
So, Fridays, well, we can look here on what's on here, because, again, 2 stages. You wouldn't want to have just 1 stage, because that would be way too long.
Right.
So you had to pick between the smaller stage of Oleander, Moe, the Umbilical Brothers, never heard of them.
Yeah.
Lit, Buck Cherry, The Roots, Insane Clown Posse, followed by George Clinton.
Oh, Funkadelic.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, those last 2. On main stage, Sugar Ray, Jamiroquai, Live, Sheryl Crow, you're a big fan of Live.
Yep.
DMX, The Offspring, Korn, and then Bush. I don't know exactly where I started, but I know that I ended Friday at The Offspring and Korn.
Okay, so there's a documentary out there, and we just discussed this as well, because there was one on Netflix, and the word is called Trainwreck, Woodstock 99. And not to ruin the story yet, but the words they use in the beginning are, quote, the quote you hear more often than not is a reference to Lord of the Flies, Trainwreck, Mess, Disaster, American Pie meets Fight Club.
It's a great description.
So okay.
And then there's one on HBO, if you guys have HBO or Max, whatever it's called now. And this one is Woodstock 99, Peace, Love, and Rage. And so I think both of those titles.
And I just learned that, so I watched the Netflix one, but now I'll be going back to watch the HBO one.
And I have to do the reverse.
Right. So the story is that, do you remember seeing Offspring?
So I do remember seeing Offspring. They were great, kind of fun, what have you. And then the night was starting to go down and start getting darker. And so we're up front of the stage, as you would normally think.
Yeah, things are going okay. It wasn't extra hot, and there was water, and people were happy, and we were seeing bands.
Because it was the first afternoon.
Yeah,
and we're all excited to see something. And then people are starting to get fired up for Korn. You can kind of, I don't know how to explain this, and guys, if you're really interested, go and see the documentaries.
Yes.
But you can just start feeling the intensity as we were waiting for Korn. And then when Korn comes out, it's just like, again, this powder keg, like ready to go. And I've been to a lot of shows at this point in my life. I've done a lot of moshing at this point, feeling okay. But then started looking around going, this is a lot of angry people. What's going on here? And Korn came out and they opened with Blind. Again, anybody who knows Korn and knows Blind, it's a pretty intense song. We'll probably put a link here to one of the videos and try to tell you what the time is.
And I think I'll probably have it going right here between us.
There you go. When it hits, this song hits, you will see this mass of humanity, this tsunami of people just swirling around in a huge, huge basic mosh pit. You can't get out. You literally getting trampled on because like somebody will step on your foot here and then you get pushed over this way. It wasn't fun. And again, me and my friend Chris, why I described him as large as he is, we started going, we got to get out of here. Like, this is not a safe place to be. So we get through Blind, and I think after that, we just started moving further back and further back. I'm thinking, this is Friday.
Right.
What's going on? I heard Bush wasn't as bad because I left by then, but I don't see Bush being a place to tear the place up. But Korn kind of set the stage. Nothing against Korn, but that set the stage for what this weekend was.
Yeah, so the video of the fans during Korn is insane.
Correct.
I mean, insane. Crazy, and to your point, you've been in mosh pits, you've seen a million shows. You're no stranger to this. No. But when you see 250,000 people, or just say there's 200,000 people on the main stage, all angry and jumping at the same time,
right?
That's insanity. And then, but then Bush came on. So the story with that is that Bush was kind of a letdown. I mean, he was young, 90. This is early for them, 99. He was like the heartthrob. Their music is not. I mean, there's some heavy stuff in there, but it was kind of like Korn clearly should have been the last one.
Yeah.
To go. Poor Bush.
I think
Gavin was just over his head.
The folks who put this together really did such a great job on a bunch of levels on the bands that they brought.
I think people were like, "Wait, I was just moshing like crazy, and now I'm listening to Bush, and now I have to go to bed." So there was So
that's Friday night. No big deal. Go back.
Go back to your tent.
Which is like a mile away. You got to see the aerial videos from the other documentary of this. It is unbelievable how far you have to walk. And I was telling Mark earlier, with Woodstock 94, it was all rain and slop, but everyone was helping each other out, getting up the hills, holding ropes, to try to get up the hills and everything. This was, your knees hurt so bad from just being on top of the concrete all day and, in the heat and just walking back to your tent, you're just kind of falling. Right, on every step until you actually land on your sleeping bag.
So